Summertime sucks in Arizona. I'm not going to lie to you. Look, by June, we're just super excited. School's out. We're going to go swimming, and the pool is still moderately warm, not crazy warm. So we like June. 4th of July, a lot of fun, community barbecues, all kinds of fun stuff. By mid-July, the monsoons come in. By the end of July and August, it's painful. You got the heat, you got the humidity, and a lot of people wonder how we live. Well, let me tell you, in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 things you probably haven't heard. So don't go anywhere, because this is how we live in Arizona in the summer. Here we go. Hello, this is Sheryl Willis over at the Real Agent Now group right here in Phoenix, Arizona. And if this is the first time to our channel, you're going to want to click that little subscribe button and click that little bell, so that you are notified each and every time we release a new video. Look, we are getting dozens of calls every single day, and we love it. Look, if you're thinking about moving to the Phoenix area and you have a lot of questions, like what is it like to live here during the intense summer months? Fortunately, it's only a few months out of the year, but it, no lie, is no fun. And so you're going to want to pick up that phone, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, days, nights, or weekends. We got your back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona. No lie, guys, I'm telling you, I feel the pain this time of year. It kind of sucks. And you know what? Like, I'm not kidding you, you're melting. And that's what the biggest change is. Our monsoon season comes in, it actually starts in the June timeframe and it runs till September. But the intense monsoon season is from the middle of July until the end of August. And we are approaching the end of August right now, and it is honestly, in my opinion, like I feel like I've taken 3 cold showers every day for the last week. It's like crazy. Look at today. It is 103 degrees. That's not bad, right? Comparatively, right? But the humidity, and you're going to probably make fun of me, is 29%. Here in the Phoenix area, that is insane. 29%. Now, I am really grateful for the 13-mile-an-hour winds, because if you are outside and melting and wet, when you feel that little bit of wind come to cool you off, you're very thankful. Arizona is tough in the July and August timeframe. June is honestly not that big of a deal. No matter where you live, you're always looking for that season change, right? So we go from the most incredible March, April, May, and then in June, you're kind of like, okay, I'm ready for the summer. I'm ready for swimming weather. I'm ready for pool parties. I'm ready for all kinds of water fun. Here in the greater Phoenix area, whether you have a pool, you have a community pool, or there is a public pool, there's splash pads, there's salt river that you can float on down in the tubes. We also have lakes. You can rent jet skis, you can do houseboats, you can water ski. There is so much to do on the water in the heat. So let's talk about number 1, the first thing that you can do to beat the heat when you live here. Now, here's something really unusual. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was doing some aerial drone photos, and I noticed that the city had painted the roads gray. This is a thing, and it's starting to take over the Phoenix area. So I can't wait for it to get to my side of town, because this gray topping on top of normal blacktop, that's what we used to call it as kids. You go play on the blacktop, right? It obviously permeates heat. Black, dark color creates more heat, and we're becoming that heat bucket. The parts of city that have this already, it has reduced the temperatures as much as 10 to 12 degrees. Like, it's unbelievable. Now, if you don't live in one of these areas, you're obviously not going for a walk on the concrete anyways. But I would also not recommend you go for a walk on the sidewalk until the sun goes down. I know, dog owners, let me tell you, Levi and my pup, we get up early morning before the ground gets too hot, and then we wait until sundown. Sometimes that means as late as 8 or 9 p.m. at night. I know, Some of you were in bed by then. But the alternative would be, if the air is cool enough, take a little drive to a local park. There are parks throughout the greater Phoenix area, and in most communities, there are as well. And so even in the area that I live, there are 3 different areas that I could take my dog where we would be walking on grass. There you go. I know a lot of you have seen the little booties that people put on their dog. Well, there's a time and place where you want to use those, and you don't want to use those excessively, because our puppy friends, our fur babies, they perspire through their paws. So if you put these plastic things on their paws and they can't sweat, that creates a problem. So think outside of the box a little bit and try and take care of our 4-legged best friends. All right, let's get on to number 2. Great idea, how to beat that heat. Many of you may take this for granted, but I think almost every part of the country has ceiling fans in their homes. And it's funny how people, when they move here, if they happen to install a ceiling fan, they're like, I didn't notice, but there is this clockwise and counterclockwise button. What is that for? And so I just like to tell all my clients right off the bat, if you turn your ceiling fan to go counterclockwise in the summertime, they call it the wind chill effect. It's going to push the cold air, because our central air system doesn't come up from the floor. It's pushed down from the ceilings. And so that cold air is just constantly coming down on you. It's hilarious that people don't even know that. And here's another thing. I love the newer oscillating fans. Look, the old fans, the stand-up ones with the big round, they're super ugly and they're very noisy. And people put their face in it and go, wow, wow, wow. Yeah, it makes a funny noise, but I love it. I have the Polonus brand. I picked it up at Target, like at $45. I am telling you, it goes up to 5 speeds. It's super quiet. I can do my Zoom calls and it's still kind of off in the distance, but at 3, after about 15, 20 minutes, I'm cold. Like I have to keep slippers underneath my desk if I don't have shoes on. So make the investment in the right tools and use the tool correctly. There you go. All right, on to number 3. Ready? How to beat the heat when you're going out in the sun, okay? I'm talking about your vehicle. Ready? Here is the secrets to driving in Arizona. Okay, first and foremost, I know how cool it is to have a black Beamer with black leather interior and awesome rims and cool tires. That's what I had when I first moved here. I thought for sure, I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter what the color is. Well, let me tell you, when I traded that black one in and they didn't have another black one and I had to choose between like a blue or a white, I was like, I'm not driving around a blue BMW. So I got the white one. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't admit I'm wrong very often, but when I do, I'll scream it out for the world to hear. I was wrong. A white or a light color vehicle with a light color interior makes a world of difference. I know you're probably saying, well, duh, but let me tell you, when you see the vehicles that are on the road that aren't light, you're wondering, what are they thinking? All right, the next thing you want to do with your vehicle when you're out in the heat is you want to park smart. What exactly does that mean? Well, first of all, I do love the fact that Arizona has large parking places. I have no idea why I thought of that, because I'm thinking of when I'm pulling up to a quick store, a grocery store, Walgreens, getting my nails done, whatever it is where I just want to, park right in front. For the first time, it's okay to go long. Because what you're doing is you're hunting for the shade. You're hunting for that tree. A lot of the newer communities and the newer shopping centers actually have covered parking. Whoa. And if you're in a downtown area, most downtowns have covered parking. They have parking garages. I would highly recommend that you entertain that exercise, even an extra block. I'm telling you. And here's another advice to homeowners. Use your garage for your cars, not your junk. I'm not kidding you. I hate when I drive by in the smaller homes and also in the lower price point neighborhoods where people use their 2-car garage or 3-car even. It's nothing but junk. And then they park their vehicles in the driveway because some HOAs don't allow you to park in the street. But you know what? What's your biggest investment, aside from your home? Probably your vehicle. And you're letting it bake out there. You're going to have additional wear and tear, those tires, the paint, the heat. I have no idea why people think their junk is more important than their vehicle. If their junk isn't good enough to be in their home or in an air-conditioned storage place, which we have storage places everywhere within miles. Within miles, you have choices. Why do you have it in the garage? All right, so park smart, just period. Let's get on to the next one. This is about modern technology. So when you make that purchase on your vehicle, when you buy a new one, because you're probably coming here with a darker color car because it's cool, and now you're going to buy that newer vehicle that's light or white with a light interior. Here's what you're also going to want to make sure it has: auto start and seat coolers. People have auto start in the cold countries. Why don't you have it in Arizona, right? And if you think about it, you got seat warmers in the cold country, but now in the newer vehicles, you got seat coolers too. So if you keep your vehicle in the garage, when you start your vehicle, it's cool. And you can then just shoot on the seat coolers and you're fine. Think about it, guys. Makes sense. All right, here's another one that I'm so surprised more people don't take advantage of. This is like a $3 investment. Are you ready? Sunshades. So I know they're kind of messy and trying to get it in the windshield, but wow, what a difference it makes. I get the one that's the round, and you just have to turn it like this, and it goes into a round storage, and I put it behind the passenger seat in the little pocket. And then when I need it, I just go ploof, and it just pops right out. And when I'm done, I just put it away. It makes such a big difference. Now, if you are going for super sunshades, you can make an investment in some really nice sunshades. Here's the big one. And it's funny how people don't realize this, but I didn't even realize it myself. So meaning I'll explain. When I got my new vehicle, I'm like, ooh, I want that blackout window tint. And so in Arizona, we have much more moderate laws to allow the darkening tint in the driver's seat. It only has to be no more than 33%, but that's significantly higher than any other state. And then the windows behind the driver can be blacked out, any level you want. Now, you don't want to get extreme, because I'll be honest with you, my truck does have really dark tinting behind, and you can see how dark my back window is. Let me tell you, when I'm backing up at night, I cannot see out of my my rear view mirror. So I am relying heavily on that little camera that's behind my vehicle. So you got to be careful at night. And even with the 33% that I have on my side windows on the front part, just because these girls getting old and, don't particularly like driving at night, but when I'm turning in a parking lot and I don't want to hit anything, I roll my windows down. But during the day, what a difference. I don't have to wear sunglasses, so I don't get that mark in my nose, right? I mean, it's just cooler. Even if I get stuck in the dead sun, I have my dark tint, I have my sunshade, and because it's white, I don't have to cool off my vehicle for very long until it's nice and breezy. Okay, number 4. This is super, super important. When you live here, whether you're owning a home or renting a home, and if you're renting a home, you have zero control over this. Again, another great reason to be owning your home is the air conditioning. Now, there is a fine line between, is it working or is it working properly? Okay. What I'm finding is many of the homes that were built in the 90s or even the early 2000s, when the square footage was on that cusp of whether or not to put in a larger AC or stay small, the builder, to put more money in their pockets, they stayed on the small side. So the basic equation for an air conditioning unit is 1 ton per 600 square feet, preferably closer to 500. So like for instance, let's say a 2,000 square foot home, and I've seen it over and over again, a 2,000 square foot home has only a 3-ton unit. That's going to make the air conditioning unit work that much harder to cool off that extra square footage. Now, I know 2,000 is kind of that weird spot because it's like, well, do you get two 2-tons? Do you get 1, 2, and a 1.5? Like, you got to figure it out. But that's what the problem is with many of the resale homes and even the new construction today. Here's the other thing. All of the older ACs, and I mean anything 10 years or older, they are either on or off. And what I mean by that is the newer ACs, like I said, technology, they now have what they call a variable AC unit. Now, here's what the difference is. If you have the money, this is well worth the investment. I promise you. Not to mention, you want to be comfortable, right? But if you have the extra money for what they call a superior system, and you can go for a variable speed. If you have a 2-story, you could do a variable speed like on the downstairs where that one's going to work the hardest, and then a normal one upstairs. And again, we can help you through this when you're buying a home. We'll be glad to give you our perspective or connect you with our HVAC specialist. I'm telling you, moving to the greater Phoenix area is not easy, and not every single realtor is prepared for people relocating here. They're just used to selling homes. Big difference, right? Okay, so with a variable speed, here's what the difference is instead of just being on or off, like that's the older AC. So let's say you set it at 78 degrees in the summer. That's very standard, 78 degrees. When your home gets to 78 degrees on an old unit, it stops. And then when it gets up to 79, maybe 79.5, it goes, oh, I better kick on again. Now it's on. So it's always going on, off. It's got a startup, and it's just using more energy, right? That makes sense. A variable speed, instead of going on or off, what it does is when you're at 78 degrees in that same scenario, the speed will slow way down. And so it's just moving a little slowly, but it never stops. And by doing this, it also removes a lot of the moisture from the house. So I love this, let me tell you. Lower humidity in your home, oh my God. And it is more energy efficient. So you're spending less money to run the AC. So just because a unit is running doesn't necessarily mean it's not time for a new air conditioning unit. All right, you guys, I'm going to get to number 5, the last, the most important thing to remember through these miserable summer months. Are you ready? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. It's this. This is the secret right here. Stay hydrated. Let me tell you, everybody walks around with these and they think that if they drink 2 or 3 of these a day, that they will be okay. Well, in Arizona, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not liking warm water. So I made the investment in a Yeti. I'll tell you, this is my baby. Like everywhere I go, it's me and my dog. And I can leave this Yeti in my car with the windows rolled down or rolled up and in the sun, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if you can see, I will have ice for 8 to 10 hours. It's kind of melty because it's been all day, right? But let me tell you, staying hydrated not only is better for your body, it is going to keep your body cooler. When we joke around about our blood thins, it's also because we change a lot of our habits. One of which is you drink a lot of water. And when I say a lot of water, I probably drink 10. These are 30 ounces. And I remember when I first got it, I thought, oh, it's too big. Like it's heavy when it's full with water. And no, I probably go through 10 of these a day. Not kidding. Just yeah, that's good. So keep yourself hydrated. And this is all year round. You're gonna get used to that. It's gonna help keep your skin moist. It's gonna keep your temperature cooler, and it's also healthier. It's a great dietetic for those of you who are with me and say, I want to eat less. More water. All right, you guys, look, if you're thinking about moving to the greater Phoenix area, give us a call. We want to walk you through the good, the bad, and the reality. So we want to hear from you. We would love to hear your comments below. Love for you to follow me on my socials, also noted below. We want to hear from you. So pick up that phone, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, days, nights, or weekends. We got your back when moving to Phoenix, Arizona, even in the summer.